Hello, and I am coming to you today from South Bend, Indiana. They're still pushing road cases around. It might be a little bit loud, but we're going to try to do this. I'm going to do a rig rundown for the current Pretty Boy Floyd tour that we've been on through the Midwest this August. We only have one more show. We're playing in Chicago tomorrow night, and then we go overseas to Europe. But I thought it might be cool to do a rig rundown of what I've been playing on this particular tour. Because, and the reason for that is, these are not actually my drums. So what happens a lot of the time when you are just put on a plane and have to fly out to a particular venue to do some weekend shows, or if you have to do a bunch of shows where you're flying. I can't take my drums with me when I'm on a plane, right? So I have to use backline drums, or in this particular instance, these drums belong to Mr. Jimothy Mess. These are Jimmy Mess's drums from the Midnight Devils. They're our support act on this whole tour. And Jimmy was cool enough, because it was a shorter run, to just let me use his drums for this. That doesn't mean I haven't taken some liberties in customizing them to make them closer to what I normally play. So I'm playing a 4-piece kit, right? And it's pretty much what I always use for Pretty Boy Floyd, give or take. It has a 24-inch bass drum, which is what I usually play. The rack tom actually is 14 inches, which is way too big for me. I play a 12. Hi, Sniper. I usually play a 12-inch rack. This is a 14, so it's really, really large and kind of sits offset from the bass drum. It's pretty difficult for me to get around the kit to do certain drum fills and stuff like that. So I've had to simplify a couple of the parts of the songs, just because the reach from here to here is just so much further than I'm used to. The floor tom's a 16. That's usually what I play also. I usually play a second floor tom, an 18. Jimmy has an 18, but I don't know where it is. We don't have it on this run for whatever reason. My snare is my personal one of my personal ones. It's a 7x14 brass Yamaha snare. I use that one for most of the time with Pretty Boy Floyd, because you can tune it low and get that big 80s fat arena rock sound out of it. Cymbals are my Paiste 900 series Colorsounds in black. I have 14-inch sound edge hi-hats, two matching 19-inch crashes, 22-inch heavy ride, and an 18-inch China. That's standard. When I'm playing with Floyd, that's what I use every time, no matter what. Here, I'm gonna flip this around and we're gonna see a better look at the kit. Okay, you can see the kit a little bit better here. I'm a little restricted on space. So, I have my trusty cowbell that I've been taking on the road and all over the world for many years. Kick drum is outfitted, of course, with a Aquarian Super Kick 2. The front head is also an Aquarian. That's you can kind of see it through the acrylic shell here, our Pretty Boy Floyd logo head. There's my snare. Today's drum head day, so I use these Aquarian high velocity snare heads. They're double ply, and they have a power dot underneath. Actually, I have a fresh one right here. So when they're brand new, they look like this. Power dot underneath, a little extra support there. So I'm going to be putting this on before sound check. Pedals, I am using the new Yamaha FP9 pedals. I absolutely am in love with these. I've been using these on the road for the last 4 months or so, and I love them. I think I mentioned this in another video, I put grip tape on them. This is just like weather stripping stuff you get. Thank you. Sniper gives me candy. I put weather stripping on it, like you put on like your back patio, just for a little durability. So for some reason I step in a puddle or something like that, my feet don't slide all over. Sticks, of course, are my Ahead Living Dead drummer model. All right, so that's what I'm using there. Oh, check this out. Inside the floor tom, you see that inside there? that is a makeup remover pad. I learned this trick last year on tour of tossing one of those in your floor tom. When you hit it, it like bounces around in there, right? But because it's really light, it kind of just flutters on the bottom head, and you don't need any additional dampening on the head at all. Just one of those inside, and it sounds great. So I've been doing that to all my floor toms for the last year, and I have been very pleased with it. Over here in Monitor Land, let's see here. It's my Ultimate Ears in-ear monitors, DI box, and my personal mixer, and these are for our tracks. So Pretty Boy Floyd does use some backing tracks. It's nothing crazy. It's a little bit of light rhythm guitar and some extra backup vocals to make them a little bit thicker, because on the album it's all like big gang vocals, and there's only 3 people on stage with microphones, so we got to thicken it a little bit. So I run everything through here. Everything's triggered from here on a playlist, and then it feeds me a click. This here is a live feed of the band, so I can actually hear myself and the members on stage. And then this is a return feed of the tracks. So here I got click, live band, tracks, and I can mix it however I want, and it will only affect my own ears, which I just take out of this headphone here, right? Front of house, it's this, so they get the click, or I mean they get the tracks direct in, and then they just take a DI out front, and they're done. Easy. Okay, let's get a front view of this kit again. There we go. Oh yeah, this thing, kick block, it's backwards right now. I started using these last year too, especially for fly dates and dates when I'm not using my own drums, to prevent the kick drum from moving and sliding around and stuff like that. These just Velcro right to the carpet, and they keep the drum in place really, really, really well. So anytime I'm playing somebody else's drums where I'm not 100% sure of the durability of their kit, I'll bring this out, you know, and there we go. So, all set up and ready to rock tonight with Pretty Boy Floyd in South Bend, Indiana.